guys, welcome to the Whimsical Workshop. I have some super exciting news to share with you today, so let's get started. Yay! Okay, so I have had something I have wanted to share with you guys for a year, but due to the shipping of fabric and how the whole distribution of stuff has been going, I've had to wait and wait and wait. But I can finally share with all of you that I have a signature collection with Island Boutiques. We are partnering with them. And my first collection is called Woodcut Blossoms. We've done a bunch of projects. We're going to have a sew along. We have all kinds of things planned over the next 6 months to support this new line as it's sliding across the table on me. So I wanted to take a minute, shoot a video with you, share the collection with you. And we have other patterns coming, and the fabric will all be available on our website for sale along with kits. So I hope you join me on some of these projects as we explore Woodcut Blossoms. So this is the first group. I have all the bolts sitting here because at this time I am shooting this in January, which is kind of like video time versus real time. And I'm getting ready to cut all of these fabrics to send out to a bunch of wonderful designers who are going to help me with a blog hop to kick off this collection. So make sure to follow us here or hop over to my website, thewhimsicalworkshop.com, and sign up for emails. It's right on the front page. Just put in your email, and our email newsletter will give you all the details on when that blog hop is posting. So each designer on the blog hop is taking this beautiful collection and creating a project for you to use the fabric with. And you should be able to download the free projects on the day of the blog hop when you visit each of the blogs. We also did one. Ours is called Realm of the Fairies, and you'll have to wait and see that one at the blog hop. But I can tell you that it is a multi-purpose project that does multiple things for you, so it's not just a little quilt, it's a quilt, a runner, and some placemats. So with all that said, let's take a peek at this beautiful collection. First up, I'm just going to scoot these over so I can actually show them to you without having to hold them. I was super excited about how rich and vibrant these colors are. The blue against the navy, it just radiates. It looks like a light behind the fabric. Super fun, very easy to work with, and great for quilts for both men, women. You know, it's very unisex, which is really nice. And you can break it up into different colorways. What we did for projects on this one, before I show you the fabric, is I'm going to pop up here on the screen. The first one I did was I remade our little succulent pillows using this collection. And I used, if you did our succulent pillows when they first came out years and years and years ago, since then we have created an acrylic template set that makes it very easy to make the petals. I also partnered with Creative Fabrica to do a video class on how to make the succulent pillows. And I will put links to everything I talk about down below. But the picture here, you can see I took different elements of the collection and I broke them apart into different looks for each pillow. So I didn't make all the pillows raspberry, cream, and blue. Some of them are all cream with just a splash. Some of them are different. You know, I kind of tried to give you different palettes that you could create out of this group. Next up is our Dandelions at Dusk. As you all know, fusible applique is near and dear to my heart. I love flowers, and so this was a way for me to showcase both. Very fun, very easy to do, and the starkness of the white really lets the colors pop off. And let's see, finally we have one that Matthew designed for us. He has taken on, I love Art Nouveau and Art Deco, and he has taken that challenge and he did create our Art Deco Quilt, which is a pattern on our website from a couple of years ago. So for this one, he designed Art Nouveau. This is again an applique quilt. It is a very fun, it's a wall hanging, it's not super big. And if you are watching this and you fall in love with this quilt the way I did, and you happen to have a Cricut or a Silhouette, you can contact me directly and I can get you the SVG file, which will let you just cut it all on the cutter, and it makes it super, super easy. Going off on a tangent, we have been cutting all our appliques with our Cricut Maker, and I can't tell you how lovely it is to not have to trace and cut everything. But if you are ever watching this and you see a quilt of ours, you can always drop me an email and say, hey, do you have an SVG? And I can work with you on that. So those are the signature projects that we did with Island Batiks to promote this fabric. All of those patterns are available on our website, but we will continue to use this collection throughout the year to promote it with a bunch of other projects, so make sure you stay tuned. So now let's take a look at the fabrics. So the first part of the collection is this beautiful feathered swirl. Turquoisey swirl. It's a feathered swirl. It is just so, so elegant, and it has elements of purple in it. So the next print in the collection are the roses. They come in multiple colorways. This one is the white colorway, and it is a taupe and gray and white, and there's even some raspberry in there. There's a lot of colors. They're just very, very subtle. And this is a beautiful fabric we use for some of our backgrounds, or with the grays, you can actually use it as an accent fabric. So we've got it in white. Then we have it in purple, which is a raspberry purple, which is very, very fun to get. Next up is what I call Storm. And this one's beautiful. It's got the grays into the blues into the purple. This is, of all the pieces in the collection, this has the most movement. And so I tended to use that more on borders and focal fabrics. And then finally, we have what I'm calling multi, but it could also be called navy, and this is the darker version. And so again, a lot of movement, great for borders, great for focal fabrics. Then we get into this really pretty floral print. There's only one of these in the group. Again, back to that raspberry purple with the black, really, really pretty. It's an excellent medium print. It also works as in place of tonals or solids, so I did use this for some borders. Then we get the leaves. This one is just, I don't even know if you can see it on the camera, maybe you can. This one just glows. It's got a navy ground within the purple and the turquoise kind of blended over. This turquoise is washed out, so it just blends in. Great as your darks in your quilt. The print is non-directional. It is packed, so you can cut it up and treat it like a tonal, or you can actually use it as a print in your collection. As a print in your project. And here it is in the blue, so it's dark blue to light blue to medium blue. And now we have, this is called Tiny Flowers. This one, it's hard to actually see the flowers. This is just a beautiful modeled fabric, but these little guys are flowers, and you're going to see it in another of the colorways. But again, this goes from the raspberries and the pinks into the blues. It kind of ties everything together. It's a nice bridge fabric between the prints. Here's the one where you can actually see the flowers a little bit better, because they did the flowers out of the lights, and then the background is all modeled. Again, a great blender, because it's got the blues and the raspberries and the navies in there, and it ties everything together. And then we have, so we just have the two little flowers. Then we have the speckly dots. We called it dots. Again, it pulls the whoops, did I lose the fabric? Again, it pulls in the white of the roses to the taupey creams into purples. It is a great blender. If you go back and look at the Succulent Pillows, I did one all out of neutrals, and it was really, really pretty how these all blended. And then we have it in the light blue, which you need to have lights in your collection, so you can use it for backgrounds or bigger areas. This was one I tended to gravitate towards for the bigger areas for all the projects. Now we have another swirl. This one is the raspberry tonal swirl, or I called it purple, I think, on all our patterns. But again, this is super, super bright, very high in value. And so this is where you put your little gems that you really want people to, their eye to go to that part of the design. It is better in smaller amounts, but it is just a beautiful fabric. Then we go back to another dot. This one I called Milk. The other one is very taupey. Let's see if I pull it out here. See, there's a big difference in the colors. So this is the taupe, and then that is milk. Again, perfect for backgrounds and bigger areas where you just, you know, don't want a lot of attention. Oh, this little guy got away. This is a tiny flower as well. And this is pulling all the navies and blues and purples together. So you're really going the whole range of purples. You're going from blue purples to raspberry purples, and I think that's what, you know, really I loved about the colors in this one, is that you get that range, because you don't usually put raspberry and blue purples together a lot. You usually go one or the other, so it's nice that this is a group where we have it all together. And now here is the flowers with leaves. Again, pulling in that navy and the light blue and the raspberry. And this is another flower, same print. This one's just done in dark burgundies and purples. So you have one that's more of a multi. This could be great for borders and bigger areas. This could work as a medium print, even though the scale is the same, because the colors are closer. All right, coming down to the wire, we got the last print, 3 colorways. This is one of my favorites. This is the Swirl. This one is milk. Again, this is lighter than the taupe, but darker than the white. It pulls all of those colors in, and it does a great job of doing it very subtly and very quietly. Again, great for borders, backgrounds, or focal fabric. Then we have the same scroll print. This one is in the bright blue and purples. Again, very, very pretty, and it ties pieces together, so it really works well as a bridge. And finally, we have the scrolls, and this one pulls the darkest darks and the lightest lights and marries them into one print. So it works great when you're trying to do a blend. If you want to put the dark and the light, you put this in the middle, and it reads much smoother. I hope you're as excited as I am to see Woodcut Blossoms. Again, this is a signature collection from Island Boutiques. We are so thrilled to be partnering with them on these groups. I do have another one coming out later this year and one coming out next year. So if you like what you see, want to follow along and see what we do with this beautiful fabric, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified each time that we drop a new video. And as always, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.